it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and a brand new stamp set of the month series. Only this month for April, I'm doing a die set of the month featuring the gift box and bag die set from Dare to Be Artsy. I'm really excited to be featuring a smaller stamp shop. They're a really great company. They have some unique products and I love a die set that does more than one thing. It's very cool. So today I'm going to show you how to make the gift bag and a couple of things to go with. And then next week I'll show you how to do the gift box and a couple things to go with. And then on the third week, I'm going to show you some ideas I have with this die set, other ways to use it. So I just had to do a die set of the month. I hope you'll enjoy. And also I want to announce the winner of my giveaway. So in episode 4, the bonus episode last month, I made this cute Christmas card with the little Ferris wheel and like Christmas carnival scene, and am giving it away to one of you who watched and commented on that video. So the winner is Amy Hodgson Smith. Thank you so much for everybody that watches and comments. It makes my day. I love doing what I do and sharing my creations with you. So you commenting back means the world to me. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what this new die set is all about. Here we go. Okay, first I wanted to show you that on the packaging of this die set, there are directions on how to create the box. That's on the outside. When you open it, here's your die set and the directions on how to make the bag. I found them really easy to follow and so helpful. And I love how the dies are labeled with letters and it tells you what die is what. Very cool. So also they sent me some paper to go with this die set. I love this Feelin Groovy paper. There's a lot of like 70s inspired images. They have a whole collection out right now called Feelin Groovy with that roller skate, the bus, and these flowers. It's really fun. And of course the mushrooms, which I'm playing with today. And I just wanted you to see this paper so you can see both sides and really get a feel for what this collection is. Although I'm gonna kind of go a little bit more understated for the stuff I'm making today. So there you can see the bus, and I love all the flower patterns that they have, which are the patterns I'm going to use in my cards today. So first, let's jump into the gift bag itself. We're going to take the largest piece. This is die A. We're going to cut it twice from this corally pink colored paper. We'll need 2 of those to make the bag. Then there's the side piece. We're going to need 2 of those to create the bag. So I die cut them from the same paper as well. Okay, next we need some little decorative elements. There's this border piece right here, or a layering piece. It's a decorative panel. I'm going to cut it from vellum. I also cut the scalloped heart from vellum to go on the front. There's a heart that layers on that, which I cut from white. I loved that little stitched detail on the edge. Those will layer up together and be so pretty. There's also words for you. I'm going to use that on that little decorative border strip and also on top of vellum. That looks so pretty. Next, the directions say we need to take one of these panel A pieces and cut the top off. We only will need one side with that flap. So I removed it. You could use it for something else. And then we have our 2 pieces we need to fold on the scored lines. Now you can see there's flaps that will make the bottom of the box. You're going to overlap those and adhere them together. I chose to use some double stick tape. I stuck 3 pieces of 1/4 of an inch double stick tape on the bottom, plus a little bit of liquid glue. I like to do both. I'm crazy like that. I just want things to stick really well. So that's what I did. All right, so we got those 2 pieces attached. Now we can add on the side pieces. One end of the side pieces has a triangle shape that's creating a gusset. We need to look at the other end and snip off the top tabs. We don't need those to create the bag. So now we can fold on those scored lines and remember to create that little triangle at the bottom, and that's what makes the gusset. So pretty easy to do because the die creates the scored lines for you. So then on the remaining tabs, I put double-sided adhesive. We're going to put those on the side where I started on the side where the top flap is. So 1 on each side. Then the tiny little flap at the bottom is going to connect to that center section of the bag. So we'll do one side at a time. Again, I like to use little dots of liquid adhesive. It gives me time to move it around. You can see I didn't get mine lined up perfectly, but that's okay. The bag still worked out. So if you don't get precision, this is still going to work for you. So then it's time to adhere the last two flaps of those side panels to the front of the bag. And then you'll see this kind of comes together, and you can kind of even see how a box could be created with this. So I'm excited to do that next week. So stay tuned for episode 2, where I will turn this same die set, die cut pieces, into a box. All right, so there's the bag. The flap goes over the top. It's really cute. Now we can decorate. So I'm going to take that vellum decorative strip and add the die cut words for you. Now I'm putting dots of glue, but you see I didn't push it down right away. If you let it set for just a second, then press it down, your glue won't seep out everywhere. So my little tip. Next, I have some vellum adhesive. My bestie got it for me from a scrapbook show once. I use it every so often on my vellum because I really want to savor it. So I am adhering that down. And now remember I said there was going to be some card surgery. It's going to be on that part right there. But here's the stamp set I'm using. Isn't it cute? Mushroom Messages, it's called, and it has coordinating dies to die cut out all the mushrooms, the little flower, and the bee. And this is also from Dare to be Artsy, which I will be inking up my stamped images today with their hybrid black ink pad. I love this ink pad. It is great for Copic coloring, but it's also archival, non-fading. You can stamp it on pretty much any surface and heat set it to be permanent. So it is a great pad. It's nice and black. I don't have trouble with it smearing coloring with my alcohol markers. So I wanted to make sure and show that to you. Next, I'm going to stamp my message onto a heart that says "Get Well Shroom." So that'll go on the front of my bag along with the pieces that I am coloring right now. So my darkest color for my mushroom top is going to be R24, and I'm going to blend that out with a lighter color R22. I'm going to leave the spots on the one mushroom white, and then I'm going to do the bottom half of the mushroom a little kind of tan color, E31. So I'm doing very, very simple Copic coloring. The only color that I'm doing shading is that red part, and the rest I'm just coloring with one color, which is Y19 for my bee and my flower, and a touch of B00 on the wings of the bee. And then I'll die cut these out with the coordinating dies. Please note that these dies come separate. You don't have to cut them apart. That's very cool. I love it. So I am easily able to just jump right in and die cut these out. Here's my mini die cutting machine, which I love to pull in on my desk when I have just a little something to die cut. So those are now ready to go. But guess what else these dies do? They cut out the images in the patterned paper. That is one of the coolest things that Dare to be Artsy does with all of their collections. I think it is so smart, so clever. So you could make a card so fast, not having to stamp or color, just die cut out these pieces and put them on a card. It's really awesome. Okay, I have a little piece of the Velcro here that I stuck the scratchy part and the soft part together, and I'm sticking that down to the flap of this bag and then closing it down where I want it to go, and that will help me have something that holds this down. But there is a die you could cut into the bag where you could close it up with ribbon. So that's really cool. You could also use a magnet. There's lots of different things you could do there. All right, so I'm adding the mushrooms and the bee down to the heart. Then this whole piece is getting some foam squares and getting popped up onto the top of this bag. And I just pressed it down by putting my hand on the inside. Next, we're going to add some ribbon. I have this ribbon in my stash. I've had it for years, so I won't have a link for you in the description box below like I have a link for everything else, but I just used something from my stash, and I love being able to do that. And I just love this ribbon so much. Like, there's sometimes when something doesn't work perfectly, but you love it so much, you make the other things around it work. And this ribbon is really wide, so it kind of covered up my For You part of my bag there, and I really love the ribbon though. I really wanted to keep it, so I'm trying to just make it work because I love the yellow just really pops off of this card. So I took a piece of cardstock and I'm using it as a paper saw, which I learned from Tim Holtz, and I am able to saw back and forth and remove that piece. A little card surgery, as I like to call it, which is a common theme in today's video. So watch for other surgical procedures. It's not for the faint of heart, I'm telling you that. But I was able to remove that adhesive still in place on the back of that vellum strip and move it down, which enabled me to keep my ribbon. Some of it got behind the vellum. I used another tool to kind of pop that out, and now we're ready to move on. So let's take out these enamel dots, also in this Feelin Groovy collection, so they match the paper, and I'm going to add some yellow all around my little heart. I love to tuck the big ones behind the image a little bit. I think that's really cute, a little fun way to do it. So I put 3 there around the mushroom, and then I'll put 2 more up by the bee. And you know, embellishments are life, aren't they? They just really bring something to life. It adds a different texture, which I love, something a little shiny and fun. And then you've got just a really cute little accent. All right, so this is Get Well Shroom. So I'm putting in some cold care tea, some throat coat tea, and some zinc lozenges. So this is ready to go. If ever someone's not feeling well, I've got this little bag, and all that stuff fit in there beautifully. I don't know who I'm showing it to right there, but now you can see it. So it's finished and ready to go. I think it's really a fun bag. It's a nice shape. It's about 4 inches by 4 inches and about 1 inch wide. So you can put a decent amount of cute little things in there. So I decided I wanted to make a matching card. I got the idea from the packaging. It says the layered square panels are great for cards also. So I die cut that scallop square, put it on a 4x4 card. I die cut the panel that is like a perforated square. I'm going to layer that on top. I took the same heart. I'm going to die cut it from that vellum piece, so it'll be like a window through there. And then I'm going to save that vellum for another piece, the heart part, and I'll use the window part on the card. I'm going to die cut a white heart to layer in there. And now we need some stamping. So on that heart, I'm going to stamp another message. It's going to go great with my little bag. This one is just so cute. It says here for morel support. So there's a mushroom called morels. I actually had one grow in my yard when I very first moved into this house. So I have a soft spot for them. They're really, really different looking. So I know that they are not pink, but it's my world and my stamps. So I can color it whatever color I want, right? Totally. All right, so I'm coloring that in with the same colors that I used on the previous mushroom. So everything is going to coordinate and be matchy-matchy, which I love. And again, I can just run those through my mini die cut machine, and I've got my pieces die cut out and ready to go on my little miniature card. So let's glue everything down. First, that scallop square. Do you love the little holes in the scallop? I love that. Such a fun detail. I used my vellum adhesive on that vellum panel, and then my heart just sits right in there, and I love that you can see just the little essence of the scallops. I did go ahead and pop that up, and then I'm going to use a combination of foam squares and glue, but I glued my mushroom down first and forgot that I wanted to tuck my flower behind it, and it's only going to barely hang on to that heart. So I took a foam square, I cut a tiny little piece, then I'm going to take my paper piercer and do some surgery. I tucked it on there, but I had a piece of paper stuck to it. But you just have it stuck to the end of your paper piercer, lift up your piece, smush it down, and pull out the paper piercer. So a little bit more card surgery for you there. All right, there's the bumblebee, and then I thought each corner of the square would look really cute with the pink enamel dots. And it's kind of a dusty pink coral color. It's very pretty. I love it. So there we have our finished card. Really quick and easy to do, done with dies from the gift bag set. Love that. All right, so then we're going to make some tags, because I thought maybe you have a bouquet of flowers or a pot of soup or a soup mix you could give to this person who's not feeling well. So I'm going to use that vellum scalloped heart. I die cut the perforated heart with the yellow pattern paper that matches my pink pattern paper, and I did one on each side so it looked finished from both sides. And there are 2 tags in this same die set. I die cut out both of them from white cardstock, and then I wanted to just put a little splash of the pattern paper on there. So one of the dies, I'm die cutting the bottom piece, and the other die, I'm die cutting the top piece from this scrap I had left over. Like, I use every scrap of pattern paper. By the way, can we talk about pattern paper and hoarding? There's no need for the hoarding of pattern paper. I want you to just be frivolous and just use all the pattern paper. It feels so luxurious to just like, I have this paper, I'm going to cut it, I'm going to use it, I'm going to put it on here. You get pattern paper and you get pattern paper. It's everywhere. Use it up. It's so beautiful and so fun. And maybe you'll just kind of feel proud of yourself when you do it. So next I am taking a little scrap of the yellow, adding that, and then just a little black line to, I don't know, just kind of finish it off. It was calling to me, the black line. All right, I am stamping most of the images I have stamped for today's project to make these tags. I colored them with the same colors. I just had fun doing it. I also have some more sentiments. I love you so much and stay wild. So I die cut those out, but the words, I decided to be crazy and bubble cut these with scissors. Yeah. And I didn't have my reader glasses either, so it was really crazy. All right, so they're just going to go really fast because I can speed up the video. And there you go. Cut out, ready to go. And we're going to put our tags together. So the largest part of the tag is the heart. So I'm going to give that one the largest mushroom, and then stay wild. And we'll just kind of layer that up, add the bee. I love the bee. He is so super cute. I love bees. By the way, the Dare to Be Artsy has a whole like bee set, and they have little faces. It's really cute with some honey things. Very cute. All right, so I have all my little tags ready to go. Even had a mushroom for the back, and I'm going to layer these all up together, but the heart wasn't actually a tag. So I had to do a little surgery, give it a hole, and then we're going to put some more of those embellishments, enamel dots, onto all the tags. And I just went with the red, the yellow, and the pink because it really tied in the colors that I already used, and I loved that. All right, so the paper piercer, speaking of surgery, I like to just lift up the edge of the little enamel dot, pick it up with that paper piercer and stick it down. All right, so now it's time to thread these together. These are going to all be stacked up, and then you can kind of thumb through the little tags, just a little interactive element. But the hole was a little small, so we've got a tool for that too. Let's surgically insert the twine. So these are like little flosser guides. Actually, a viewer of mine sent these to me, and I find them so very helpful. You put the end through the hole, there's a loop, you put your twine through there, and then you just pull it through. It is magical. I love it. So thank you for sending me that. All right, so they're stacked up. I'm going to take the twine. I'm going to leave this really long and just a loose bow because I want to be able to undo this and tie it around something when I'm ready to gift it. But I wanted to incorporate more of that ribbon because it's so pretty. So I'm just going to tie a little knot here right where the top of the tags are and wrap it around both pieces, both ends of the twine. Yeah, you see what I'm doing right there. So there we have it. The little stacked up tags, you can just thumb through them. I think it's really fun. It's a just barely an interactive element, but I just like that. The layers and the flipping through, I think it's fun. So there's my tags. They're cute as can be. And let's put all the things out so you can see them all together, right? Isn't that a fun collection? We've got our gift bag, our tags, and our matching card. I think it's so fun. I really enjoyed playing with this die set. I love all the different ways that you can use the dies in this set. The bag, the card, the tags, and next week a box. So stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I really like showing off what these smaller stamp companies have to offer because they're little hidden gems. So I will have a link to the Dare to Be Artsy shop for you below, as well as the stuff I use, so you can check them out yourself. And I will be back again next Thursday with episode 2 right here, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'll see you then, if not sooner. Happy stamping! Bye!